Hey there and welcome. Let's talk about something we all hope never happens, but we know it does: accidents. They're unpredictable, they're stressful, and they can really do a number on your finances. So today, we're going to explore a tool designed to soften that blow: a financial safety net called accident insurance. So let me ask you something straight up. If you got hurt tomorrow, a slip and fall, a broken bone, could your budget handle it? I mean, really handle it without having to drain your savings or put your financial goals on hold? It's a tough question, and one we don't usually ask ourselves until it's too late. And, it's something we really should think about, because check out this stat. Every single year, 1 in 5 Americans ends up needing medical care for an injury. 1 in 5. That's not some rare event. That's a pretty common part of life, which is kind of wild to think about. Now, when you think of accidents, you probably picture a car crash or something at a dangerous job, right? Well, the data tells a totally different story. The number one place for injuries, by a long shot, is at home. Yeah, the place where we feel the safest is actually where things are most likely to happen. Now, of course, having major medical insurance is non-negotiable. It's absolutely essential. But here's the catch. Deductibles just keep going up. And that creates this gap between what your health insurance pays and what you have to cover out of your own pocket. That gap is the real problem we're going to tackle. All right, here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll dig into the problem of those unexpected costs. Then, we'll introduce accident insurance as the solution. We'll walk through exactly how it works, get into the nitty-gritty of what's covered, and wrap up with the big takeaway: how this all helps you build your own safety net. Okay, so first up, the problem. Because when you get hurt, it's not just about your physical health, right? It's a direct hit to your wallet, and that brings a whole new level of stress into the picture. This quote just nails it. It's the uncertainty that's so tough. You're trying to heal, but in the back of your mind, you're wondering, what's this going to cost me? How big is that bill going to be? That worry can seriously get in the way of your recovery. So, how do you fight back against that uncertainty? Well, this is where accident insurance really shines. It's a tool that was specifically created to step in and help cover that financial gap we were just talking about. So what is it exactly? It's pretty simple, actually. Accident insurance pays you a set amount of cash directly to you for specific injuries or treatments after an accident. This isn't a replacement for your health insurance, it's a partner to it. And the best part, you can use that cash for anything: your medical deductible, your rent, groceries, whatever you need most. And what makes these plans so easy to get into? Well, for one, they're often guaranteed issue, which is just a fancy way of saying you don't need a medical exam to get approved. The benefits, like we said, are paid directly to you, not the doctor. Plus, there are usually different plans to fit just about any budget, whether it's just for you, your whole family, or even just the kids. Okay, that all sounds great in theory. But how does it actually play out when you need to use it? You'll be happy to know the whole process is designed to be super simple. It really boils down to 3 easy steps. 1, you pick a plan that fits your life and your budget. 2, if a covered accident happens, you file a claim. And 3, you get that cash payment sent right to you. That's it. No complicated hoops, no mountains of paperwork. All right, now for the question on everyone's mind. What's actually covered? Let's peel back the layers and look at the types of benefits these plans usually offer. So the coverage kicks in right away. Think about those first few moments after an injury. There's the ambulance ride, the ER visit, all the x-rays and tests to figure out what's wrong. All those immediate and often pricey first steps are typically covered. But recovery is a marathon, not a sprint, right? It doesn't stop when you walk out of the hospital. That's why these plans also cover the ongoing stuff, like follow-up appointments with your doctor, physical therapy to get you back on your feet, or even things like chiropractic care to help you heal. Now, this is a part of the coverage that's a real game changer. It's about supporting your life, not just your injury. So if you're stuck in the hospital, some plans offer benefits to help pay for childcare or even boarding for your pet. They can also help with getting to and from your appointments. It's that kind of thoughtful support that makes a huge difference. Now, this is really important. The amount of cash you get depends on the plan you choose. So for example, let's say you go to the ER. A basic plan might pay out a $150 benefit. But with a more comprehensive plan, that exact same visit could get you a $200 benefit. You get to decide how much coverage makes you comfortable. Let's make this even more real. Say you have a bad fall and break your upper arm. Ouch. Well, with a higher tier plan, that one injury could trigger a cash payment of $1,650. Think about that. That could easily cover your entire health insurance deductible with money left over.
So let's bring this all home. The big takeaway here is that this is about building a safety net that's custom fit for your life, your family, and your budget. You'll usually find a few different levels of coverage. You might have a base plan that's really budget friendly, a complete plan that offers the highest payouts, and then something in the middle. It's all about finding that sweet spot between cost and coverage that feels right to you.
And you can often customize things even more with optional add-ons or riders. Think of them as power-ups for your policy. You could add one that provides a monthly income if the accident leaves you unable to work, or even one that pays you a small benefit just for getting your annual checkup. At the end of the day, the goal here is to be proactive. It's about setting up a financial cushion before something bad happens. It's what helps protect your hard-earned savings and keeps one unlucky moment from completely derailing your future plans. And really, it all comes down to this simple idea. We spend our lives working toward big moments, buying a house, raising our kids, dreaming about retirement. A financial safety net is all about protecting those dreams from the curveballs that life will inevitably throw our way. So I'll leave you with a question to chew on. Now that you've seen how this works, take a second and think about your own situation. What gaps might be hiding in your financial safety net? Just thinking about that question is the first, most important step toward making sure you're ready for whatever comes next. Thanks so much for tuning in.